Coming up on News Source, I'll tell you how these green beans may affect the green in your wallet. At 1,000 faces, the beans start off green, but as you see here, they finish off brown. But Ray Goff isn't the only one entering the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame. So is Lisa Spain, and she brought the national championship in tennis here to UGA in 1984. As you can see right now, we're in a 5th grade classroom in Fowler Drive Elementary. We're trying to keep it down a little bit because the students are actually working on their math right now. As you can see, we're with some of the most exciting athletes in Athens, and these kids have been having a blast today. They've been running, they've been doing shot put, all sorts of activities. Tell me, Jacob, what's been your favorite activity today?
The 400.
The 400? Did you get first place?
Yes.
Show them your ribbon. If you go to the Taste of Athens this weekend, this may be one of the dishes you'll try. Maba Grill has given us one that has Vietnamese egg rolls, vegetarian egg rolls, and papaya salad. Let's see how one of these tastes. Pretty good. Before we let you go, you know I can't let you out of here without asking you this. How does CBS Nightly News with Scott Pelley sound?
Well, you're a really good reporter, aren't you? And I would have been disappointed in you if you hadn't asked. CBS has not made any announcements about any changes at the evening news. I think that there will be some announcements over the next few days, but I'm not going to be able to break that news on your broadcast today.
But does it sound good?
Well, good for you. Good for you on the follow-up, because you know what? It's rarely the question that matters, it's the follow-up that matters.
So I'm learning.
And oh, you're doing great.
Sounds
you're doing
good.
great. But I've been watching this game in Washington for a long time, and I'm a little bit of a pro, so I'm going to leave it there.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kids are screaming how much they love their new school. Children and visitors were at an open house earlier today. Students and teachers took pride in showing off their new building. 60 to 70 people were there to see what makes this school different. School Superintendent Philip Leno says a new direction has come to Athens through this school.
But really, as we've set a clear direction. This is where we're going. This is how we're going to get there. There's no excuses anymore, and if it doesn't work today, we're going to figure out how it's going to work tomorrow.
The school is designed to inspire teaching and learning throughout the day. The 3 wings of the schools are designed to portray the Earth, solar system, and ocean. One floor even has a turtle where students can see how the mixture of oil and water work by the touch of their hand or feet. As you can see right now, we're in a 5th grade classroom in Fowler Drive Elementary. We're trying to keep it down a little bit because the students are actually working on their math right now. This is one of the things that makes this school different. As you can see, the students are working on the smart board. They each have a dry erase board in their hand as they're working on their math. This is what the principal and the school system hopes will set this school aside from others. Dr. Rogers says the message she wants to send to the community about this school is they need your help.
And the thing is that everybody in Athens, Clark County needs to get involved with their school to find ways that they can help, and it doesn't matter, you don't have to have a PhD and work at the University of Georgia to come over here and sit and listen to a child read. It can be anybody.
The school is in a poor area of Athens. School officials say the school will bring hope and inspiration to all the students who walk through the front door. Teachers say that grades are even going up. In Athens, George Lopez, UGA News Source. A year ago, a can of roasted coffee beans at Jittery Joe's cost you about $10, but now it's $11. Coffee prices have almost doubled in the last 12 months for wholesalers. But now, the rising cost is being passed on to coffee drinkers around the world. Local roaster 1,000 Faces has done the same. Owner Ben Myers says the cost has hurt business.
Like, let's say, for instance, last year I was able to buy a fair trade organic Peruvian coffee for maybe $2.25. Now it's upwards of $4.25. So the price has doubled.
At 1,000 Faces, the beans start off green, but as you see here, they finish off brown. They only do 20 pounds at a time to get you the best coffee in town. In the last 6 months alone, coffee prices went up a 46% for 1,000 faces. However, when I asked Ben who has control over the price, he said,
Ultimately, kind of the consumer will make a big impact on the coffee market once they start to say, like, you know, no way, we're not going to pay that for coffee.
and coffee isn't going down anytime soon. Prices are expected to continue to rise due to the third straight year that Colombia has endured lower than average coffee harvest. But not all coffee will cost you an arm and a leg. 1,000 Faces offers free tastings on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. In Athens, George Lopez, UGA News Source.
If I died today, my life would be just full.
Former UGA coach and quarterback Ray Goff is a happy man. He and national champion tennis player Lisa Spain Short will be inducted into the State of Georgia Sports Hall of Fame. Coach Goff was surprised and humbled by the honor.
But I was very humbled by it, and not sure it's that I'm worthy of it, but it sure is appreciated.
Coach Goff says the thing he misses the most about coaching.
The camaraderie with the coaches and the players.
But Ray Goff isn't the only one entering the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame. So is Lisa Spain, and she brought the national championship in tennis here to UGA in 1984. Sports Communication Director Claude Felton says Lisa Spain Short helped get the tennis program up and running.
Lisa Spain was probably our first NCAA women's tennis individual champion. And it came at a good time. Our tennis program at the time was really just getting off the ground, so to speak, because we had a team, a women's team for several years, but really until the early 80s was when it really first started taking off, and we really started getting some top caliber players.
Only 7 athletes and coaches were selected out of 251 nominees. The new members will be honored with a banquet and an award on Saturday. Even though Goff's football days are over, he says,
I'm a dog fan, always will be, and I'll holler "Go Dogs" as loud as anybody.
George, I know you're enjoying yourself out there in that sunshine.
Well, Liz, you're right. It's absolutely beautiful out here. Let me actually get out of this shot so you folks at home can see what's going on. If you look at these trees and you look at this sky, the wind is barely blowing for these trees, and look at the sky. It's absolutely clear, and it looks beautiful out there. So the sky is clear, the wind is blowing, and I'll tell you what, the sunshine was blowing up here earlier, and it's hiding right now behind a cloud. However, though, the thunderstorms are coming, but I'll tell you about that in about 10 minutes in our forecast. But right now, it's about 83 degrees out here, Liz. The wind is blowing. I'll tell you what, it's absolutely gorgeous out here.
George, it looks like you got a little tan yourself there.
That's right. Well, I did get some sun, maybe a little too much sun. So I got worried, and I decided to get my skin checked out today with a local doctor. Dr. Ferris Johnson is a primary physician and has had a private practice in Athens since 1995. Dr. Johnson said there is such a thing as too much sun. Johnson also added that flaky, scaly skin that tends not to heal or go away could be a sign of skin cancer, usually called basal cell carcinomas.
And of course, everybody wants to look nice and tan. Even people like me want to look nice and tan. So tan is good. Too much, not good.
So any skin changes in texture or color are worth having checked out. When I asked Dr. Johnson how dark I was, he said we were... We could pass for cousins or brothers or...
Brothers. Brothers.
Thank you, doctor. I appreciate it.
It is my pleasure.
Now, some things a doctor did want me to emphasize was that there are some ways that you can help skin burn. Now, aloe only helps the discomfort. It doesn't help as much as a remedy for sunburn, and also water and hydration are key. The doctor says that the water helps your body to stay hydrated and helps your skin against the sun. Back to you, Will.
Thanks, George.
No problem.